Well, good morning, everybody. Today we're in Psalm 138, verses 1 and verses 3. I will praise you, O Lord, before the gods. Wait a minute. We know there's only one God. Why does the psalmist mention other gods? They don't really exist. No, they don't. But in the ancient Near Eastern world and in the modern world, there are forces, there are movements, there are big energies that impact upon individuals and nations and cultures. And trusting God, serving God, in contrast to those powers, for they are powers, is something that requires an energy and a determination that's found in verse 3, where the psalmist says, when I called, you answered me. You made me bold and stout-hearted. Now, the word for boldness there is very unusual and rare. It's the word Rahab, not like the prostitute, but actually like the sea monster, the storm monster. It's mentioned in the book of Job a couple of times and used in Isaiah as a synonym for Egypt, the power that sought to oppress and depress and control and enslave Israel. But this spirit, this storming that reflects things that go on in the hearts of many people, Christian and non-Christian, it needs to be deployed in a positive way. It can be quite negative. In Proverbs chapter 7, it's used of the adulterous woman who's brazen and defiant and takes hold of her victim and brings him into her home where they can spend their time in passion. In 1 Peter 2 verse 20, it speaks, 2 Peter 2 verse 10, it speaks of those who use defiling passion and despise authority. So it can be a very negative thing, but God calls us as his people and emboldens us to do great things and to change nations and to bring about the purposes of God requires an incredible boldness. You know, in the book of Acts, again and again, particularly in the ministry of Barnabas, Paul, Apollos, and the early apostles, Peter and John, they were characterized by a boldness. They were going to turn the place upside down. They were going to change the world. That wasn't going to happen through a spirit of timidity, but of great boldness and courage and determination. And Paul mentions in Ephesians that prayer was characterized by boldness. We need bold prayers. It said of Mary, Queen of Scots, that the one thing she feared above all was John Knox's prayers. We have great power when we approach God with boldness and confidence and come to him in order to lay hold of what we want from him and to see him accomplished for his glory. The fight we've had against the coronavirus, the fight that we have to bring justice into the world, the fight that we have to see the kingdoms of this world become the kingdoms of our God and of his Christ. It takes an attacking spirit. We can't simply be passive and hope that things are going to work out well. No, we have to have this kind of boldness. When I called, you answered me. You made me bold and stout-hearted. In Proverbs, the righteous are as bold as a lion. Let's pray for that lion-like boldness, that stormy, radical, surging boldness that makes us quite Christ-like. Not unruly, but true men and women after the heart of God.